we don't look so good.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers.
Lavender wipes the sweat from his brows.
Your hands shake as they reach upward. Your forehead remains drenched no matter how much you wipe.
Are we transforming?
Chukil Gate Vlakith Mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
I gotta say, Lae'zel doesn't look bad. I mean, we look like we profusely sweat and really feel uncomfortable. Lae'zel just looks like normal. And scratches in the background. Lavender explores Lae'zel's mind. Okay, unless we roll a double nat 1, we succeed. Yeah, thank you, game. Nat 20.
Your mind lurches, reeling suddenly as if bitten. Lae'zel's fear grips you. Not fear of death, but fear of insignificance. The great warrior Lae'zel, a failure to her kind. She will wield no silver sword, ride no red dragon. Forever unknown to the great Lich Queen Vlakith.
It's also quite insane. You can actually try to deceive her to give you the blade, and then you can kill her. Be strong. You will survive this. You will please your queen.
I will not let the Geich take me. I will earn Vlakith's honor. I will wait. But know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn,
almost killed us.
End us all.
Gosh. We automatically go to sleep? Ah, that's why. Remember our dream guardian we created in the very beginning?
I came just in time. You are transforming.
I really like the face tattoo with the glowing eyes. I really like how he looks. Okay, the big question is, I mean, in general, we play a pretty naive Dirge so far. Really trusting. Do we want to go and trust our Dream Visitor? Because we kind of did that in the first playthrough? Or do we want to try out being really suspicious? But I think that would be so out of character that at least for the time being, we are still naive and trusting. I know your voice. I've heard it before.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
I also really like the armor your Dream Guardian's wearing. Quite Paladin-like, right? I really miss playing the game for the first time because it was like, this scene was so cool. It was so different from what they did with the Dream Visitor from like early access, because it was very different. In the early access, it was really, I'd say, obviously framed that it's like your tadpole speaking to you. And he is way more mysterious. It actually wants to help you. It doesn't, like the Visitor in early access was a lot about like, you just need to let me in, you need to be ready, open yourself up to your tadpole and stuff like that. And the powers. And here, it's so cool. Oh, you can also go for the Dark Urge one. Imagine hacking the grabby paw off. I am kind of curious. Yeah, playing the game for the first time fully after release was fun. It was incredible. I gotta say, replaying it now with all of you and also doing Dark Urge is also a blast. It's still amazing. But just not knowing what happens, not knowing the involvement of the characters, what I would give to have that again. But hey, I'm still forgetting so many details. I guess I kinda get that experience. At least somewhat. I'm so curious, I'm sorry. We're maybe reloading, but Lavender imagines hacking the grabby paw off.
Though the thought crosses your mind, it doesn't hold you, doesn't devour you, as your thoughts too often can.
Your compulsions will doom us all if you do not work to stop them. I can help.
Oh, they can also help with that? That's cool. Didn't expect that.
We haven't much time, so listen closely.
And it looks so nice.
There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you. But for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it.
Isn't that sketchy though? That this mysterious person who supposedly helped us wants us to use the tadpole? The thing we're really trying to get rid of at the moment? But hey, you know what? To do something differently, we're actually embracing the tadpole's power this playthrough. This looks so creepy.
Fight for the fate of Faerûn.
Shattered skull.
A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that. But only if you embrace your potential.
I like the hair so much.
I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. Wake now. You'll feel better. I promise.
So many questions, at least for people seeing it for the first time. I think we also got kind of like a free full rest, right? Yeah, we didn't use any camp supplies because we were kind of forced into sleeping. Oh well. We're so much taller than our guardian. I mean, even though we chose like the smaller body type for Lavender, yeah, because I mean it's just a gnome, right? I really enjoyed using the tadpole. I was really looking forward to that. Didn't do that at all during the first playthrough. I got the firearm so OP and color weak too. Okay, we saw in the very beginning that we can consume all those Mindflayer parasites we found. So, and it always said you're not ready, and now maybe we are. It seems so repulsive, so stupid to consume a Mindflayer parasite. But here we go.
This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how.
Isn't the voice actor for the Dream Visitor, at least for the male voice, also called Ethan? Or was it the Empress voice actor? I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm quite sure one of them is called Ethan, and I think it's the Dream Visitor's voice actor. So, hey! Cool name. I'm not sure about this.
Don't worry. You won't come to harm. I'll protect you.
I mean, at least we didn't transform so far. And being naive and looking for help wherever he can, Levin opens his mind to the tadpole.
Your mind swells as it subsumes everything the tadpole has to offer. Everything it was and everything it was destined to be. Pure potential. Pure power.
Good. You have grown your power and improved your chances of survival.
I think it's very curious that there was no approval-disapproval for that decision. I expected heavy disapproval and even protesting from Lae'zel, maybe even threatening to leave. And I kinda expected lots of encouragement coming from Astarion. But hey, here we go. So, illicit persuasion. That's what we already can do. Favorable beginnings. The first attack roll or ability check you make against any target gains a bonus equal to your proficiency bonus. Let's do that. Let's put another tadpole into our brain. Luck of the Far Realms. Once per long rest, you can change your successful attack roll against a foe into a critical hit. That sounds so nice. Let's go. Can we also do it for our companions?
Ready. Whatever it takes.
Okay, Shadowheart is hesitating.
You have my attention.
Well, Gale. Okay, and I'm not very surprised about Astarion, to be honest.
Salutations.
The thing is, do we want to put all the tadpoles into our main character, or do we want to spread it out? Because I think, those two are kinda nice on everyone, right? Concentrated Blast, Refuse Help, Sonic Overload. Your attacks deal an additional 1d4 damage, but you also take 1d4 damage every turn. Ability Drain, Stage Fright. Stage Fright. Your targets have disadvantage on attack rolls and take 2d6 psychic damage each time they miss. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that kind of controls our shields. Sonic Backlash, when an enemy within 9 meters... When an enemy within 9 meters casts a spell, you can use your reaction to inflict 1d4 psychic damage. Place... Pulsar, push anything and anyone back 6 meters. Ooh, that's also pretty neat. Especially to push people, like, down somewhere. You know, we are going to go for... Cow of the Week is also nice. You bring a creature down to fewer hit points than your number of evolved illithid powers, it dies, and all nearby creatures take 1d4 psychic damage. We're going to go for that. And take Cow of the Week. And I think later on we might give our companions those two up here. Nice. Oh boy, I think there will be a lot to talk about for companions. Oh hey, and we can also talk to Scratch. I need to do multiplayer, so I've never seen one person with all of the worms. Oh. I mean, let's see. I think at some point I'm going to give the other characters also some of them.
I wonder if the gods are watching me.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
In our multiplayer, if one person consumes the worm, everyone does. Does that mean everyone gets, like, the benefit of consuming it? That sounds pretty cool. And you said I missed something in the chat. Luna. Regarding pizza. as for Rossi pizza, a fried egg baked into it, or an egg baked into it, I guess. Huh, sunny side up. So you basically put like a raw egg on the pizza and then it gets like baked? With cheese and ham. Look. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little curious, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm always curious to try out like new food things, so it's really hard to get something where I'm like, right from the get-go, like, I will never try that. But I'm quite sure I'm also not going to like it. But well. What do you got there, Scratch?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Kinda seems like a threat, but okay. Here, I found this bone. I thought about you. Die. Oh well. Also weird, Scratch doesn't know what a bone is. But hey, happens.
Feeling illicid?
Oh, she sounds so concerned. But we can't even really say anything about that. So, about our illithid tadpoles.
You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more illithid into the mix?
Outgame, I
Well,
am.
what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem
fine.
fine. If you got a little boost from the tadpole, who am I to begrudge you? In fact, got any going spare?
Huh. I don't know. I didn't expect her to be actually, like, eager to take some. And she doesn't sound eager. She sounds rather sad. Maybe it's a little bit like with the infernal coins, you know? Like the soul coins. Going out with a boom. Living life to the fullest. If I do, would you accept it?
You know, I think I would. Bit surprising, but I'm starting to see the silver lining of this whole parasite situation.
I guess it's a way out for her. I say as someone who hasn't seen how her story ends. You haven't seen how Karlach's story ends, Luna? Insane. And thanks so much for taking care of bots, Juniper. But I mean, at that point, she still seems so hopeful. That's why I don't expect her to take it actually as a way out. She doesn't strike me as someone who would, like, do something like that. But then again, her tone is pretty sad, pretty resigned, right? Maybe it's a certain way of self-harm. I haven't seen anything beyond Act 3, beyond the first hour of Act 3 even. Oh boy. Oh no, are you going to leave the stream once we reach Act 3? Ha, so I can say certain nicknames all I want? But no, it would be sad. Maybe later.
I'll hold you to that. Now, are we done here?
Yeah. Poor Karlach.
What's on your mind?
Tadpoles. Okay, Lae'zel will probably have a word with us, right?
Kincha, no good will come of devouring a gate worm, no matter what you might think.
Have you thought about making use of the tadpole's power?
Mark my words, this power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste.
I'm not surprised at
Consume
all.
the gift tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven.
You want to persuade her? I mean, I guess we can try just to have the option later on, right? But if he's very cruel, to persuade Lae'zel to use tadpole powers, as someone so against, like, everything connected to the Mind Flayers. Let's talk about something else.
Gladly.
We also can't talk about it again. Curious. I guess we lost our chance. I've been around a bit. I'm quite happy to see some stuff in order to win this challenge. You're dedicated. I didn't expect you to be so eager.
It was bad enough having just one of those tadpoles forced upon us. I can scarcely believe you actually inflicted another on yourself.
Outgame, I feel you all the way, Shadowheart. These illicit powers we're developing, what do you make of them?
On one hand, they seem useful. But on the other hand, or perhaps tentacle before long, we know where they're coming from, and what lies at the end of that path. I never expected ceremorphosis to be tempting. I think we should resist these powers. There's simply too many unknowns for us to risk it.
I think the other thing is that Lavender doesn't mind the risk for himself, but wouldn't try to persuade anyone to use it. Wouldn't put the risk, and also wouldn't take the responsibility for risking others. So, in character, perhaps you're right.
It's been known to happen.
Wow. You know, the artifact seems to be protecting us somehow. Do you still have it?
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
You know, curious that you just happen to have an item that can protect us. How did you come by it?
I was part of a group sent by my cloister. We were to take the artifact from the Githyanki and bring it to Baldur's Gate, no matter the cost. Though it turned out the cost was very steep. I was the only one of the group to survive. I took the artifact and fled, only to be ensnared by mind flayers before I could finish the mission. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
And I mean, now it makes even more sense why, especially in the beginning, she's so hostile regarding Githyanki, right? Because I mean, she literally just stole something from them. And so blind for Shar. How can you go to all this trouble and not understand why?
I told you already. I surrendered my memories for the sake of the mission. Shar's secrets must be protected. Duty demands it. Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
This is so sketchy. Now, we have to speak up. It's only in character. Blind duty. Spoken like a true pawn. They tend to get sacrificed first, you know?
How cynical. I should
even
borrow
get
that line
disapproval.
sometime. But if I have to die, so be it. Like I said, faith.
We're working on that, Shadowheart. Oh, wait. We still need to talk to Wyll, Astarion, and Gale. Hey, Wyll. Been a while.
Gone gods. Watching you consume that tadpole was more disgusting than the tadpole itself. Though, I suppose that's not what you wanted to talk about.
I mean, I would also expect Wyll to be rather unwilling to participate, right? Because, I mean, once again, it kind of has like this warlock theme of like risking something and great promise of great power and stuff like that, right? I mean, what do you think of the illicit potential the Dream Visitor spoke of? Which is kind of weird. We didn't even talk about the Dream Visitor. But well, everyone got a visitor.
I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you've taken a illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you.
I would say that sounds...
What else is on your mind?
Pretty much what I was worried about first time playing the game. Remember the first time you used the tadpole? It also tells you, like, you feel something being lost. That doesn't sound good. So the thing is, like, what is the cost, right? Hey, Astarion.
Well, no tentacles yet. I suppose we can consider that a success.
I really like the armor. But hey, we can't even talk to Astarion about taking tadpoles.
Here goes nothing.
He's immediately open for it. I mean, I guess it is power, right?
Come on then, don't leave me in suspense. How are you feeling? No errant tentacles? No sudden cravings for a more cerebral diet?
Brains. Now you mention it, I do feel a sudden, unrelenting urge to crack open your... No, never mind.
Replete with ribaldry as always. Well, you could provide no better proof that you are not, in fact, about to turn into a mind flayer.
And more threatening as the Dark Urge, though, this line.
The tyrannical enslavement of all other living creatures hardly lends itself to levity. Should your wit begin to suffer, only then must we worry. Was there another matter you wish to discuss?
We can talk about quite a lot. You know, I never realized it was so easy to cast magic.
I assure you it's not. Don't get me wrong, you did well. The somatic component, the verbal component, even the focus on the inner self that invites Mystra in. But I was still your conduit. To perform such a feat alone requires much and arduous study. Of course, as a paladin, your patron deity endows you with many such powers otherwise unattainable. I do hope you cherish that gift.
I mean, I said that before, it is still weird, because as a paladin you don't necessarily, at least, or like rules is written, you don't get your powers from like a deity. You don't have to have a deity in 5e. You get it just like from swearing your oath. But like in older D&D versions, you always had a deity. Also in Pathfinder, you do have a deity. You know, I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him.
That's a really nice
and
robe
he
he's wearing.
tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral. The end of Karsus and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
Yeah, Cassius in general, the more you hear and read about him, doesn't seem like a very good man. Nothing good ever comes from mortals wanting to be gods.
Loving them has its side effects as well. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Cassius. Not to destroy Mystra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
I mean, also aiming for power outside his reach, right? If you ever feel the Netherese magic overtaking you, what will you do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerûn, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Gosh, just going to sleep every night, knowing that that might be an option any minute.